Hey guys!
Hey what?
Oh, I love that. Okay, as the Ludmil has just spoken, I started working for LGB Direct on the 18th of March. Actually, that day there was an eclipse, I remember. Before this date, I was working as a cover teacher, miserable position, working with teenagers who mostly lived up to their stereotypes. And my job was also dependent on someone actually being sick or absent. Not a great start for a career. So I applied for many different positions, but none of them really caught my attention until I saw LGB Direct. So I applied for the job mainly to build my self-confidence, as I already knew like the tenacity that is involved in being a salesperson. I needed to revive my soul, get back to being fully proficient, and I'm an independent woman, what can I say? So when I met Ludmil, I knew I wanted to work with someone as sharp as he presented himself on the interview. I mean, he's like cool beans, seriously. So I felt comfortable as well when I saw all your faces. I felt really comfortable to be amongst you, and I really wanted to be surrounded by people like you guys. Fabian took me on my first observation, like Ludmil explained. He demonstrated a character that I actually want to be associated with. And not only did he prove to my skeptic thoughts on that day, because I had like, a lot of lasers shooting at, everything, negative thoughts. But he actually proved to me, not only was he interviewing me, he was multitasking. He had a retrain, he was retraining Danish, and he was making sales. He literally smashed it that day. So he was doing amazing. Now, because of my challenges in my personal life, when I first started, I found it really hard to stay positive or think positive. I remembered feeling battered, exhausted beyond description on my first day. The very first day on my own in the field was the most challenging. Nothing was happening fast. I started cursing in my head until I wanted to cry, literally. The pain in my muscles and my feet was so intense. Like, I took a 5-minute break. But I managed to stop the negative thoughts on my tracks by thinking about the most important things in my life, and that's my mom. Of course, my little baby. She's my princess, my everything, the reason why I leave, the reason why I do anything in my life. And my future plans. I always dream big, so anything small is, I can't really trip on a pin, basically. It has to be, I don't know, a big bodge of concrete. I can't trip on a pin. So for me, I just made it a small pin and I can't trip on it, basically. So I drank an energy drink, and on that day I went back to the field and I literally smashed it. I've had challenging days, but I've actually had more successful days since then. And my life plan now is completely driven by this business. I most definitely want to open a branch office in Southern Africa, actually. I'm thinking big. South Africa, Lesotho, Swaziland, Zambia, Mozambique, Zimbabwe. So those are the countries that I'm looking at back home in South Africa. And I actually have had the confidence now to know I can work and develop this plan. And Ludmil, thank you so much for babysitting. Such has definitely never occurred to me. My daughter is the luckiest girl in the world. Bless you for that. And thank you for seeing potential in me to work for you. And Fabian and Clarissa, Fabian's not here, but Clary, thank you so much for your patience. There's nothing like teaching a grown-ass woman to think positively and achieve results. But you guys have been amazing, so thank you. Lee and Sean, they're not here as well. I have learned so much from you, and thank you guys for being yourselves. Adrian actually was the first person I was with the very first day out. So you can imagine, I was paired with you on my first day. So thank you for not allowing me to give up and quit and constantly positively nagging. Caitlin and Yitka. You guys have been so awesome. Your positivity is amazing. I've learned so much and I admire you both. And many thanks to Solange. James, thank you very much. Fedora, I've learned a lot from you. The entire Powerhouse crew, you guys are awesome. You rock. For being a part of my growth, thank you so much. Thanks to Gabby, Davila, Nafisa, Zach, Andy, Steph, Danish, everybody that has helped me. So thank you very much. To the new guys, the distributors, a quote from the best motivational and inspirational book I've read. It's called E Squared. It says the universe is limitless, abundant, and strangely accommodating. And a quote from Albert Einstein, reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. And for me, never quit until you see the results you want. Thank you.
Yeah.